Hello there, and welcome to my 1.5 year update and my thoughts about the Fluval 13.5 Evo. I've had this tank for about 1.5 years now, and it's been a ride. This is my first personal saltwater tank, and I thought I could share my experience with you all. So first off, let's talk about the light. The stock light is good enough for soft corals, but you can't control the spectrum intensity at all. You also have to buy a timer separately if you want the tank to have a stable lighting schedule. And let me tell you, that stock light fried my tank up. Evaporation was at a crazy high rate with how hot that light got, added with the hood that didn't allow too much ventilation for it. So my first upgrade was an ATO. This is essential for stable salinity and you will want to invest into this. Second upgrade was a protein skimmer. Now, I've heard that a tank this small can benefit enough from weekly water changes without a skimmer, but I went ahead and got the Aquatic Life 115 mini protein skimmer rated for 30 gallons. You do have to tweak this a little bit to get it to fit inside the chamber, but it's not that troublesome. But you might have noticed I currently have no skimmer. That's because the skimmer broke. It did last a year though, and I might just try investing into the Fluval C Mini skimmer in the future. Now the third upgrade, the light. This thing was boiling my water and wasn't even good enough to support high light corals, so I got the Fluval Marine Nano Light. It does a whopping 25,000 Kelvin versus the 14,000 Kelvin stock light. The spectrum is more diverse and is deeper in blues. You can control the intensity and schedule through an app, and you don't have to worry about it boiling up your water as it won't be so forcefully close like the stock light was. This was definitely the best upgrade I did to the tank. Now for the best part, my livestock. I had originally planned for this to be a sexy shrimp only tank. About 2 months ago, I finally had the chance to get some. Live Aquaria was out of stock for the longest time and their prices skyrocketed for sexy shrimp. They were $6 when I first saw them a little more than a year ago. Now they're $15. But at all the local stores around me, they were $20 to $25 for one shrimp. So I waited for a deal to come through and spent roughly $100 for 6 sexy shrimp. They've been doing great though, and I love these steamy hot babes. One of my first fears though was the clownfish eating the sexy shrimp. These guys were dumped on me back in May or June, I think. They were being bullied by other fish in my parents' tank, so I had to take them in. I was scared my sexy shrimp would get beaten up, but surprisingly my clownfish gave no care in the world about them, so that turned out amazingly. And here's a little footage of one of my little Randall pistol shrimpies. Now it's coral time. Yeah, my flower pot is dying, or already did. But I tweaked light settings and I'm dosing coral food a few times a week to get it back in shape. On the other hand, my Alvapora, I'm just gonna type that down for you, is doing really well and looks beautiful. I'm just gonna call it alves. Alves are easier to maintain than flower pots, so if you like flower pots, or also known as Gonopora, but aren't that experienced with coral, just go with alves. Minor differences and easier to care for. My bird's nest was bleaching out a few weeks ago, so I ended up tweaking with the lights. I like saying tweaking a lot. Trust me when I say it's healed tremendously. You always gotta remember, this hobby is all about learning the best light and flow for your corals, constantly tweaking things to see what works and watching the results. It gets frustrating, but it's rewarding in the end. My lavender hairy mushrooms are, well, mushrooms. Super hardy and big. It's kind of hard to kill these guys. And if you did, I'm sure it's not your fault. Here are my weak looking firework clove polyps. I can't get a good angle on these in my tank, but here's a better view of them in my family's 75-gallon tank. I might do a vid soon on that tank in the future. My final baby, the rose bubble tip anemone. My sexy shrimp love hosting this tentacle monster. So irresistible. So what would I rate the Fluval Evo? 8 out of 10. The design is great, but the stock light just gives you issues right off the bat, and that's never fun. The water pump is weak, so you're going to have to put a power head for some real big boy flow. And that nice trim that's painted on the edge, yeah, that doesn't last long if you're not super gentle with it. You're also going to want to make sure you cover this intake hole with a sponge so tiny fish or inverts don't get in your sump, or this. But for a rimless tank with built-in filtration, you can get this for a good price at big box stores. Wait, the prices got jacked up for this too? Ooh, these were $130 to $140 store-wide when I searched for this tank. I was lucky enough to get it for $120 at an amazingly locally owned store. But now, they're $160 across the board. Eesh. Considering you're probably going to spend around $100 on an ATO, $60 for a skimmer, and another $100 for a light that won't boil your fish, expect investing a lot into this. But I still recommend this tank, it's pretty awesome. And for anyone new to the hobby, remember that COVID is the reason for prices being jacked up in the aquarium hobby. Aquarium businesses has skyrocketed with bored people diving into the tank life. High demand means stores taking advantage of this and raising prices. Of course, if you've got the money to splurge and don't mind getting ripped off, then this isn't for you. But I know a lot of people out there will care about greedy businesses trying to take advantage of newcomers. Please, continue to support your local businesses and always research. Good luck! Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. This was something different for my channel, and I hope to do more fish and pet related stuff in the future. But we'll see how that goes. I hope you all have a good day and a good year. Happy New Year, yeah. Until next time.